huge repair costs for my Toyota Tundra. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Rob Motive FST. And I got something in the mail today. It says final notice, and it is regarding my 2021 Toyota Tundra. Now, I haven't had this Tundra very long. It's been what, 2-3 months, something like that? Maybe not even quite that long. But already I'm getting these motor vehicle notification mailings, I guess. And of course, what they want you to do, it seems, is to buy an extended warranty program. Now, it's funny because this truck is warranted for 3 years, right? I mean, I haven't even had it maybe 3 months, and I'm already getting this garbage. But what I found interesting about this is the costs. The costs that they state to repair things yourself once that warranty runs out. And typically, I'm not for extended warranties, at least not in the beginning. I mean, I don't need to shell out money for an extended warranty on a truck I just bought. If I'm going to do it at all, I guess I'll do it later on once I get closer to the end of the manufacturer's warranty. But this is interesting, and I think it gives us a little insight into what is coming for the new Toyota Tundra, as well as the new Tacoma that'll be down the road. So let's take a look at this. It says, our records indicate that you have not contacted us to update the factory warranty on your 2021 Toyota Tundra. In order to guarantee its continued safe operation, we got to throw safety in there. It gives me a number to call. It says, by neglecting to call now, you will be responsible for paying all repairs out of pocket. Well, of course, once the warranty is over, well, who else is going to pay it? It's my problem, duh. Now, what I find interesting as you continue through this, at the bottom in some very small print down here, it says that they are not affiliated with anybody, basically. Not the dealer, not the manufacturer, nobody. So if we go back up to the top, it says, I have not contacted us, them, for this warranty. Well, how in the world would I contact them? If they're not associated with my dealer or Toyota, how would I even know they exist? So of course I wouldn't contact them. So let's talk about the pricing. What they say it's going to cost to repair some of these things. First of all, you've got power steering. Now, I'm assuming that's like a power steering pump or something, but $1,300. That's not cheap. Next up, the ignition switch. I would hope the ignition switch does not fail on my truck, although I have heard of people who have had problems. That's also why they say you should never hang a key ring on there that's full of weight, because you can put wear on that ignition switch. It'll cost you $1,300 to have it replaced. The fuel system, fuel pump, I assume, $600. That's the cheapest of the bunch, I think. Next up, an AC compressor, the air conditioner. That's $1,450. I mean, listen to this. These are big numbers. The ABS control unit, the anti-lock braking, whatever it is, $1,900, almost $2,000 to have that system, I guess, replaced. It does say ABS control unit. So I'm assuming that's some little chip or something that's in there. Next up, the ECU, the brains of the truck, the engine control unit, $2,500. What? That's like buying a brand new MacBook. I wonder if I could interchange them, you know? Next up, the suspension. Now this could be a ton of different things, right? Could be shocks, could be coils, could be leaf springs, maybe the UCAs, who knows? I'm assuming since they don't specify here that's what it would include. It's $2,500. That's a pretty good lift setup, man. Next up, the transmission. Now, you know this is going to be a big hitter, and I would say they're probably estimating a little bit low on this. $4,100. $4,100, I think, is probably on the cheap side for a transmission. I think you're probably really more in the $5,000 or $6,000 range from what I've seen and done myself way back in the day. I'm allowing for inflation there. Now, of course, something that's very important that you must have in any vehicle, and that would be the engine. The engine. So apparently, if they need to replace the engine in my 2021 Toyota Tundra, it's going to cost me, if I didn't, use these guys, $6,200 for an engine. Now, one thing I'm curious about in these numbers that they're giving, does that include labor? Some of these seem a little bit low, like it's just the cost of parts, which is weird because I would think for the scare factor, what they're trying to scare you into doing here, they would include those numbers and make them a little higher. But maybe there's some government regulation that says they can only list parts themselves. Who knows? But a whole new engine installed with labor for $6,200? I think that's probably a little bit low. Now, this one is very interesting to me because I don't have it now, but we're going to have it in the future, and that is a turbocharger. Now, remember, this specifically applies, according to their verbiage, to my 2021 Toyota Tundra. So they're going to warrant my turbocharger. But I don't have a turbocharger. So I wonder if I get a discount on what they're going to charge me for this service contract because I don't have a turbocharger. It's almost like they've set it up for the upcoming redesigned Tundra. Because to throw a turbocharger in here doesn't make any sense to me. And that alone invalidates this because they're naming off parts that my truck doesn't even have. So anyway, what is a turbocharger worth? $2,500. Now, that's going to give you an idea of what it's going to cost you if you keep the new Tundra beyond its warranty period and you have to install a turbocharger. $2,500. Now, that's probably more in line, including labor. I'm not exactly sure. I suppose it depends on where it is, how accessible it is, all that kind of stuff. But $2,500. So anyway, those are the things that this aftermarket company tells me they're going to cover. I don't know if there's more. I assume there's more, but you know what happens when you assume, right? So I'm guessing this is probably it. And one of the items I don't even have. So if you get these things and you're tempted by them, just make sure that you know what you're paying for, because if they're going to charge you to cover a turbocharger, you should get a discounted price, because unless you have a 2022 redesigned Toyota Tundra, you don't have a turbocharger. Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know what you think of these prices. Do they sound accurate to you, or do they seem a little bit low, maybe a little bit high? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Rob Motive, all about my 2020 Toyota Tacoma, and Rob Motive JT, all about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.